Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Carolina Conversation. I'm your host, Shammond Williams, and today we have a great in the making. One of my young fellas who's been doing a great job since he's been at the University of North Carolina, but I think it's a lot of great things that's going to come from him in the next future. He hails from White Plains, New York. He was the 2020 Gatorade Player of the Year for the city of New York, the state of New York. He was also, I guess you would say the equivalent of Mr. Basketball in the city of New York, which is a big time thing, like others of Kenny Smith and the Ed Codas. But he's also last year, he was an academic All-American, ACC academic All-American. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce none other than R.J. Davis. Good afternoon, RJ. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate you taking the time to be on the Carolina Conversation. You know, we love to have individuals like yourself who hold, the lineage of being a great Tar Heel, but also gives people a chance to get to know you, and the person behind the scene. They only get to see us in the uniform, but they don't get to learn a lot about us. So, the first thing that I would like to ask is, what made you come to the University of North Carolina?
It was definitely like something that I felt at heart once I visited here. When I came on my visit, it kind of felt like I really belonged here. It was like family atmosphere. And what I wanted to achieve for myself and for my future goals was here. It was the biggest stage there is, to help me reach my goals of, making it to the next level. And just to put on that North Carolina jersey was something special to me. And once I, came on that visit, the team welcomed me with open arms. I was able to bond with everyone and just get a feel. And then once I got back to New York after my visit, I just knew that instantly, this is the place I want to be.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're going into your senior year. AAU, I was in the gym. And I was watching some kids play, and a gentleman from your program, he walked up to me, and he was like, "Yo, Shammond," he was like, "There's a kid that you need to watch, man. I think he's North Carolina, talented, and I think he's just waiting, to get an offer from North Carolina." And at the time, North Carolina hadn't offered you, if I'm not mistaken. And so I went and watched you. I went and watched you play 2 games, and I was like, I really like this kid here. He does a lot of great things on the floor. You were unselfish, but you were impactful. And so, and then you can shoot the basketball too. So, that kind of like, for me, it was like, I love shooters that can handle the ball, but it was really great to see that. I think even after that tournament, they offered you. And so it was really good to see that. So how was it getting that offer then? How was it for you getting that offer?
It was a good moment for me. Just like my journey, like to even getting offers was kind of like it was a hard working one. I didn't have that many offers. My sophomore year was probably like maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 the rest of interest. So then going into my junior year with AAU, like I just had a chip on my shoulder, and that I had to come out and just play hard and go at everyone that I think. The reporters think that was better than me. So once I got that offer, it kind of gave me even more confidence than I had. It was a real moment. Just like going as a kid, you watch UNC and you watch players that you idolize like on TV. So it was a great moment for me once I received the offer.
Yeah. Well, awesome, and that's great. I'm glad that your hard work paid off for what you wanted for yourself. That's extremely important. And so coming to the University of North Carolina, making that decision, how was it when you first got to campus? How was it when you came in the summertime and you came you guys had COVID.
Yeah, it was
COVID environment.
Yeah, it was different. There wasn't like many people on campus, and like during the time it was like during COVID, so people were masked, people being safe and cautious about surroundings in a large group. So I didn't really get to experience like a true college experience or whatever. But I mean, it was different. But I was still grateful just to be there. Getting to see the teammates, and then working out over the summer. I mean, it was kind
Hmm.
of different from just it's a different going from your senior year, you're going from high school to college is a big transition. So and you got to adjust quickly. So I was kind of just like thrown into the fire, offer it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember actually coming up and coming to spend a day, but not really getting a chance to meet with you guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I went in the practice facility, and me and my son, we kind of worked out and stuff like that. But yeah, that had to be a difficult thing for you guys, as freshmen. But and not having the opportunity to get engulfed
Mhm.
into the quote unquote the experience of being a student athlete at the University of North Carolina. How was it for you having an opportunity to, when you began to play your first games? How was that running out
Mhm.
with that Tar Heel uniform, your first game? How,
I
how,
felt
how was that feeling?
I felt excited just to be able to put that jersey on my chest and then go out and just play. Even though despite there was no fans, just the feeling of just like playing college basketball. That was a great moment for me. I just remember like uh, I had took a picture of my jersey like when we first got it, like the first game. Took a picture of the front and the back and saved it for memories just because like me just being a freshman in UNC is a big accomplishment. So I can remember that. I remember that first game like it was yesterday.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. And so, with you being such a great academic as well, how was it not being able to go to class and having to take the majority of your class, if I'm not mistaken, online? How
Yeah.
was that experience in itself?
I mean, it was different just from going, being around people going to class, interacting with the teachers and whatnot. Just to go like fully remote and like having to learn online. Like it was definitely difficult at times, trying to like follow along or whatnot. But I was able to my senior year, like the end of my senior year, we like switched to online as well. So I kind of was like already adjusted, but it was definitely different. That I think now it's you get to see like more, you see more people and see how like really live the campus is. So that's a good feeling.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so, the completion of your freshman year, having that freshman year playing big time basketball, having a lot of pressure of wearing that uniform that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about your freshman year? How was that experience? Um, and how was the opportunity of being able to play in the tournaments, the ACC tournament, NCAA tournament? How was that experience in itself for you?
hmm Freshman year, I think it was a solid year. It was just, I think it was a lot of up and downs. I went through a little, everyone go through a little breakthrough of your freshman year.
No
Then
question.
you hit a roadblock, and I definitely hit one. And the main thing was just about just making sure my mental was good. That's what I kind of learned. Just speaking to my mom and my dad, and just remaining focused. And I always like told myself, get back in the gym if I'm having a bad game or just remember my why and how I got here. And that's
Mhm.
something that I centered around and it helped me, throughout my freshman year. But it was definitely a great feeling, just to be in the ACC tournament and then, going and playing NCAA tournament. It's not, I mean, we didn't make it that far. We didn't do as much as good as we will, but it was still great for opportunity as experience. So for my freshman year.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this because a lot of times as freshmen, you're so used to what you did as a senior in high school and you guys being great players. I
Right.
will say this: even if you look at some of the things that I did last year on podcasts and in the locker room,
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that you played well, RJ. I think that you brought a different type of uh, impact on the game for the Tar Heels. I thought that a lot of times when you were on the floor, a lot of great things happened. I really, really thought that you really played well. Trust me, as a freshman, you understand the difficulties of, like you said, the freshman wall. Well, I
Yeah.
can tell you this, RJ, you got a bright future because you played more than I did as a freshman. So,
Appreciate that.
yeah, yeah, I don't. I want you to know that even though sometimes you may feel like the things that you didn't show up in the stat sheets,
hmm
a great coach that coached me at the University of North Carolina always said this: winning plays and the things that winners do never show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And watching you play, I really enjoyed the things that you did that didn't show up in the stat sheet, but also the things you did. I really thought you shot the basketball well. I think when you got comfortable, you really helped, push the team. I think you were a great catalyst for the team. And I want you to know that, us as former players, we're proud of you, proud of the things that you did as a freshman. Really proud of you. Yeah. So, so here it is at the end of your freshman year, you're getting yourself prepared for, a sophomore campaign. And then you hear that Coach Williams is going to resign.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you?
I mean, it was definitely shocking because, it kind of just like hit me like, no, I didn't even know like that was like, I was going to expect that for him just like to say like, he's retiring. It was shocking because, we just went through a full season with him and it was just kind of like out of the blue. But, I told him, I was happy for him if he's, at peace with his decision and he feels like it's the best decision for him, I'm right with him. But, it was definitely like a shocking experience. And it's kind of still like not as like, doesn't feel real, but, I have adjusted it so far.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of guys that played with me going into our senior year, Coach Smith resigned on the first day of practice for us.
Oh.
And so, for myself, that's why it was kind of really important for me to come up to Chapel Hill and experience Coach Williams retiring, because it's the end of an era,
right?
And a legend stepping away from the game. But also for you guys, I've been there before, and so the one thing that we try to do is make sure that season that we most definitely help Coach get off to a great start. Coach got to get off to a great start, but we were trying to accomplish something ourselves.
Right.
And so with Coach Williams stepping away and resigning, and then Coach Davis getting the job, what types of conversations have you had with your teammates about moving forward?
It was just mostly we've been talking about our goals and just being more like team oriented and like coming together as a team. I feel like if we create like a bond, like what we did was we created goals and we all sat down and talked to each other like a heart to heart type of conversation, and just not just about the culture changes but us as a team. And I feel like that could go a long way because like once you create team chemistry, it flows on the court. But we were all happy for Coach Hubert to be our head coach, and he's pushing us every day to be great because we all have one goal, and that's to win the national championship. So we have to come in every day and just hold each other accountable and be great.
Yeah, yeah. And so, how is it having Coach Davis as the head coach? How is that environment for you?
It's a great environment. I love it. He brings great energy every day in practice. He pushes us, to our limits and makes sure that we're on point in each drill. And I feel like this year everything's like it's emphasizing on teaching and just sharpening our tools and just being more smarter with our decisions. And I feel like he's doing a great job for us. We're all learning, especially with the newcomers we have. The transfers, freshmen, and I feel like we're all just gelling well, and that's a thanks to him and the rest of the coaching staff.
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to it. I had an opportunity to come down there and play with you guys a little bit this summer. I don't think y'all knew who old Quilly was when I walked in, but I enjoyed playing with you guys. We had a great time.
Before we move on, let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at BetRivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up for BetRivers yet, now is the time because they are offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. But what sets them apart is that they require just one playthrough to turn your bonus into cash money. With their rush pay instant approval, withdrawing your winnings is safer, it's more secure, and it's more reliable. Now that basketball season is tipping off, Get in on the action at betrivers.com today or by downloading the BetRivers iOS app. You must be 21 years or older. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And while I got you here, let's talk about the Field of 68 Media Network, where college basketball matters most all year round. This is a digital media and podcast network that we've been building over the course of the last year. We have shows hosted by some of your favorite players covering the program that they love the most. AJ Guyton hosts the House of Hoosier. Eric Devendorf covers Syracuse on the scorer's table. Dan Dickow hosts the Gonzaga Bulldog broadcast. We have Florida's Patrick Young and Duke's Andre Dawkins and North Carolina's Shammond Williams and Michigan's Stu Douglas and Illinois' Deion Thomas. The list goes on and on and on. We have more than 30 shows right now. So hit the links below and check them all out. And while you're at it, make sure that you go check out the Field of 12 Media Network, your home for college football.
I saw an interview that Armando did here with the ACC network, I guess at Media Day yesterday, and he was talking about, who he liked on his team and things like that. And he spoke about having you on his team and all those great things. And I was like, that's good. But he said something that kind of disturbed me, RJ. And, you and I, when we was there, we talked and competed against one another. Armando said, the team that he had, including you and stuff, y'all beat the pros.
We were.
For myself, I was a little taken back by it. I said, good. Oh.
Now, when you came though, like you were winning though. I'm not gonna lie, you were winning.
Oh,
but
okay. It was another day.
Yeah, the rest of the days, it was probably we only had probably like one day when you was like you was doing your thing, you was winning and whatnot. But we got you a couple of times though.
When? That day.
When you was trying to say how you won, you was like 4. I'm like 4-1. In reality, you like 4-2. And like my team had beat your team.
You think I lost that day, RJ?
You did lose that game. You lost the first game. Remember that? You don't remember that, do you?
No, we didn't lose the first.
You didn't go undefeated. We beat y'all.
No, RJ, we were undefeated that day.
I don't remember. All I remember is me winning a lot of games in pickup.
You did. You won on the other court. But see, that's what I liked about you, RJ. See, that's at New York City. That's that savviness that you have in you, and that's really what I like about you. In the game, I said, there was a lot of times, I said, well, RJ, if you don't take over this game, it's going to be a little bit of trouble. And I can't say you played extremely well during those days. You lost.
I did lose.
Played extremely well. I think you waited a little. Yeah, you waited a little too long. But that's the one thing I do like about you a great deal. You compete and you're extremely knowledgeable of what you're trying to get accomplished and you can do. And I think that the Lord has blessed you with some gifts, and I think that your future is going to be extremely great. You just continue working and continue leading. I think you are a great leader. I think you're a better leader than what you think you are. Mm-hmm. I do. And I think that your teammates are going to need that from you. Sure. One thing I'd like to ask is, what do you think about you have so many new teammates? What do you think about, let's say, the transfers?
Yeah.
Tell me about the transfers and your thoughts about having them as teammates.
Transfers have been good. They've been great, actually. I actually bonded well with all of them. They all bring, their own style, and it not only does it, translate for them, but it translates for the team. Brady Manick, transfer from Oklahoma. He can really shoot the ball. He plays extremely hard, competes on every possession. Justin McCoy does the same thing. He competes really hard, able to crash the ball, able to knock down the three. Dawson Garcia, that's my guy right there. I mean, all of them are my guys, but he could really, he competes and he talks heavily on defense. And I feel like the transfers is just they've been a great addition for us as a team. And I feel like we're gonna be a tough team to stop. Yeah.
And tell me about my freshmen. I like my little freshmen. They stayed out there on the court with me for a long time, and we talked. And tell me about my freshmen. How are my freshmen doing?
Those are the guys at DeMarco and Dontrez. They've been great. They ask questions whenever they they feel like they don't know a play or they don't know where to be in position. They're playing really hard, and they're developing and improving each day, and that's all we can ask for. They're playing well, and I'm so proud of them right now. And they're both great competitors. I don't think they're not gonna just let you walk over them. They'll go at you. So that's good about them.
Yeah, yeah. And so we've talked about the transfers, we've talked about the freshmen.
Mhm.
Now tell me about those returners. Yeah, tell me about your boys. You've been in the trenches with already.
Yeah, they've been in the trenches with all of them. The returners, they have experience. We all have been we played together for a year. Some of them have been here longer. So they know what to expect and they know how to play within the system or whatnot. So they bring leadership, and they all play hard, and that's something we're gonna have to uh, do this year. And I think one of the main things was we're gonna hold each other accountable. If you see someone slacking, like, yo, bro, like, pick it up, like, what I'm saying. So the returners are doing a great job. We're blending, we're gelling together. The team chemistry is, I think it's at an all-time high right now. I feel like we're all just so close with each other, and that's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear. And so, with that being said, here's an interesting question for you. I want you to give it some thought and give me your answer.
All right.
When it's all said and done,
Mhm.
when RJ Davis's career is over at the University of North Carolina, what do you want all the alumni, the Carolina fans and supporters to know about RJ Davis?
I want them to know that he's a tough kid from New York who doesn't take. I don't want to say that word, but he doesn't. He competes. He plays really hard. He's a leader, and he does it both on and off the court. He's a student athlete first. I want people to recognize me. The way I carry myself, not just on the court, but as a man, and just someone that they could look up to, where they could tell their kids, like, I want you to be like RJ, make sure you watch out for him, because as for me, I feel like, I'm undersized. I'm an undersized guard. So I just play with a lot of heart. And, I always clear out the noise, whatever doubters say. And I feel like, I want them to recognize, like, whatever, someone says against me, says something about me, or it says I can't do something, always prove them wrong. And that's something I would be remembered by.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. I guess that's why I liked you a lot, because it's like we share a lot of similarities, and
So,
you use the things that people say about you. You use those things to help you become great,
right.
and you keep pushing, man, because you've done a phenomenal job thus far, and we know that you're going to be, you're going to do greater things, and so,
Mhm.
we're excited for you. We're excited for you. I'm happy where you are, but I'm more excited to where I think you're going to go, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Appreciate that.
And so, with that being said, maybe God permit, tomorrow night I may see you at
Good night.
the Midnight Madness. I may slide in there and check you guys out. But we're always here for you. We're here to support you. And if you ever need anything from us, you let us know.
I got to appreciate
We're,
that.
we're very appreciative that you're a Tar Heel, and you're one of the individuals that will carry this legacy on for a great time.
Mhm.
And I want to thank you for participating in the Carolina conversation.
Anytime.
And like I said, hopefully in the next few days or maybe tomorrow, I get to see you and rap with you. But go and be RJ Davis.
I got you.
It'll do Tar Heel Nation a great deal when you become and you do what you're capable of doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I got you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome and thank RJ Davis for participating in the Carolina conversation.
Appreciate for having me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And for those who are listening, when you're not watching the Tar Heels play, if you have time, make sure you check out Old Dominion University women basketball. That's coached by Delisha Milton Jones, and also assistant coach myself, Shammond Williams. Make sure you take the time to check those ladies out when you're not watching RJ Davis. Great basketball team with a great leader in Miss Jones. And we're looking forward to doing some great things this season as well. Once again, thank you again for participating in the Carolina Conversation, RJ. And good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.